Cisco decided to spend some of their Christmas gift money early by announcing their intent to acquire cloud native networking and security company Isovalent, who's very familiar to us here at Gestalt IT. The company is famous for the development of eBPF, a critical component for systems visibility. eBPF powers Cilium, which is an open source project that utilizes the tool to provide security and connectivity for things like Google GKE, Amazon EKS Anywhere, and more. Isovalent has had over $70 million in investment leading up to the acquisition. They were doing a pretty good job, too, in what they were building. So this is kind of exciting, right, Tom?
I think it is, and not just for the reasons that, they're going to get a lot of access to resources. Cisco was actually an investor in one of those funding rounds that they took. So, Cisco's had their eye on Isovalent for a while. It's the fact that Isovalent is going to their security solutions group, not just the cloud group. So this is going to be an integral component of a lot of other things that are going on in Cisco. And I talked to some of the delegates over the break about this. There was a great back and forth going on between some of our security friends, some of our cloud friends. And one of the exciting things that's going to happen is the fact that eBPF is going to be an integral part of a lot of different things going forward. That visibility that you get from using the enhanced Berkeley packet filter is a massive win for people who are trying to keep an eye on things. I mean, if it can sort out container networking and visibility, it has a lot of power. That's one of the things that a lot of people have been struggling for years with. However, one of the, I don't know if you want to call it hitches in the deal, or maybe some of the concern in the industry, is what happens to tools like Cilium, which are open source and kind of foundational to what a lot of other people are trying to build. And that's always a big concern, right? We've seen that over the course of the last year. What happens when an open source project changes their licensing or they go private or something like that? I think what's going to happen is that Cilium may end up eventually getting donated to the Linux Foundation. It's another thing that we've seen a lot of in 2023. There are companies that say, I want this project to succeed and I want it to have the resources that it needs. So I'm going to send it to a place where it can be cared for. And the Linux Foundation has been the recipient of a lot of those things. And I think that will allow Cilium to continue to nurture, to continue to grow, and continue to be a part of a large user base, while at the same time allowing the enhancements to the software and to eBPF to flow back up into the commercial product. Because let's be fair, deploying Cilium at enterprise scale is hard. And what you need is help. And with the complexity that goes into a modern network when it comes to security and visibility, you don't want to wing it. This is not the old days when we were deploying cacti to 1,000 systems and just YOLOing our way through life. These are mission critical systems that require mission critical support contracts. And if there's a company out there that's capable of doing that, it's our friends over at Cisco. I would expect to see a lot more about this in the coming weeks. Maybe we'll see if we can get somebody to talk about it when we go to Cisco Live later in February.